Hello, I'm Ian, and this is Somerset News Network. Reports are sketchy about the number of people that have attended the Unite the Kingdom rally today in London. I've just had a look for official reports, and they say 100,000 and 110,000. I've been on a march with 400,000 people, and it looked very similar. I would say it's at least 200,000, maybe stretching to 300,000. But put a note down below if you have any idea of what the real number is. Because what you find when you go on a march in London, the police will issue a figure. They count areas and what areas were covered. And then they divide it by whatever, 2 or 3, to make it sound like you've got less people there than you've got. I was reporting for a magazine on demonstrations in London. I was taking photographs, and there was a police van. And I asked the police van with an inspector in it, have you got any idea of what the numbers are? I said, I'm press, and I got press badges and everything else with me, accreditation. And he said, it's round about 400,000, but you'll have to see what the official figure is. When the official figure came out, it was 280,000. So you see how they manipulate things. Now what's happened today is YouTubers are live streaming from the rally. Brilliant. Well done everybody who's live streamed. Unfortunately, there seems to be a wee little problem with the internet. There, 2CTV was reporting on it. He's on his honeymoon. But obviously he's got people filming for him in London. And he says the internet feed's been blocked. So have they deliberately blocked the internet around the rally so we can't see it? I hope people are recording it and not just live streaming it that won't be saved. They'll do anything, this lot. Can't trust them. And I was thinking, we got a tube strike, haven't we? The train drivers, the tube drivers, have gone on strike. I wonder if that was done to disrupt the United Kingdom rally. The big rally that I went on, that I was trying to find the numbers out for, and the police said there was 400,000. London Transport said they sold 1 million extra underground tickets. So there was 1 million more people in London that day than they normally get. So was the number that went to the rally 280,000 like was the official figure? Or was it 400,000 that I was told by the inspector in the van? Or was it 1 million if you go by London Transport? I don't know. I just posed the question. The same is going to happen with Tommy Robinson's rally. They will downflate the figures. So it makes it look like there's less people there. And MPs will say it. You'll see an MP get up and say, oh, there was only 50,000 there. Well, now we know the official figure was 110,000. And they're manipulating against us. And they are ordinary people like me. Mums and dads and granddads and kids. All out in London having a good time. With a message. We want free speech, we want to save the kids, we want to stop the boats. It's quite simple. It's not rocket science. It's a simple message. Now, one of the reporters, I've been skipping through different channels. One of the reporters said that they haven't seen one MP at the rally. That's because they don't want to be associated with Tommy Robinson. But Tommy Robinson is saying what we're thinking. Don't they get this? Where's reform? They want to appeal to the common sense, ordinary members of the public. And there's 110,000 plus of them in London. And where's reform? Sat home watching the cricket, I expect. Or the rugby. Got a rugby on today. Now, reform have missed a real trick here. One of the reform MPs should have said, I'm going to the rally. I'm going to support the rally. I'm going to support, but not necessarily support Tommy, but support the people. Us. You want us to vote for you. So come out and support us, you reform. That's all we're asking for. Stand alongside us, and then we will support you. I think Farage and his mates have missed a real trick. They're going to lose support by not supporting the rally. It's that simple. You know, I'm questioning whether I should vote reform or not now. I agree with reform. They're saying all the right things. But if they won't support a rally because Tommy Robinson's there, what's the point? They have to be able to unite people. Reform has to decide that they want to talk to the left and they want to talk to the right and they want to unite the country. That's what all this is about. In the crowd, I expect there was Tory and Labour voters, maybe some communists and Liberal Democrats in there as well. But we're united. We want to stop the boats. We want to make sure our kids are safe. We want free speech. That's it. We don't want to be put in jail for a Facebook post. Now, what I said before, reform should be reformed. What reform has got to do is unite the country. If it unites the country, it will definitely win the next election. It has to be able to take in the different factions. How would I do this? I would go to Rupert Lowe, Ben Habib, Tommy Robinson, and there's a few others as well. Dan Wootton maybe, Lawrence Fox, the Silver Fox on YouTube. There's a lot of people who have a big following. If we can unite them, they don't have to join reform. They have to have a coalition and agree with each other. At least 95% of what they agree with. Even if they're a separate political party. Because they're all saying the same thing. They've all got the same aim to stop the Tories and get Labour out. That's the game. And the more you divide and have separate parties, the less likely it is to remove the Unite Party, the Labour and Tories. The Tories may win a few more seats at the next election because people are disillusioned with Labour. Labour will lose a ton of seats at the moment because of Starmer. Starmer has absolutely destroyed the Labour Party. And it's scandal after scandal. I think he got rid of Mandelson to save his own ass. He thinks he can just sit there. But we, the people, have said, hang on a minute. You're doing things that weren't in your manifesto. You haven't got a mandate to do it. The Caucasus Islands you sold. Getting involved in the Iraq war. You haven't got a mandate for that. From the British people. So, Starmer, you believe in democracy? You're a human rights lawyer, for Christ's sake. Do the honourable thing. Call a general election and let the people decide. It's simple. If you're so high and mighty and we believe you, people will vote for you. Unlikely, I think, but that's the way you got to think. And you've got to be man enough to do it. But you know you're going to lose. Say you're not going to do it and you're going to stay there. And the longer you stay there, the less Labour MPs will be in Parliament. I thought you would have gone this time last year. I was saying Starmer's got to go, and he's got to go before Christmas. That was last Christmas. Now we're coming up to this Christmas. If you don't call a general election before Christmas, or maybe in April or May next year, the Labour Party is finished. It could hold on for another 3 years, but these demonstrations are going to get bigger and bigger. They're all over the country against the migration hotels. Can't you see what's happening? One thing we might be able to do as the people is to petition the King. Now, I sent a petition in, and I petitioned the Queen, and I got a letter back saying, thank you very much for contacting the Queen. She has passed it on to her ministers. And it was the ministers that I was complaining about because they weren't doing what they were elected to do. So, but if enough of us petition the King to say the Labour Party isn't doing what his manifesto said, then he takes an oath to look after us. He takes an oath. Sorry about that. I was a little break. The dog started barking. Someone was at the door. But anyway, another Amazon parcel brought. I needed some tools, so I got hold of Amazon on Friday and it came today. Brilliant. Now I don't need to go out. I know. Why do I want to drive round and spend money on petrol? It would have cost me 10 quid in petrol to go and get these parts. And it costs the same money anyway, and I got postage free. So, brilliant. Anyway, that's another story for another day, as they say. But Starmer's got to step down. He's got to say, I believe in democracy. I'm losing support from the backbenches, the MPs, and the people. Don't forget us. Don't forget us, the people. Labour has then got a chance of regaining Labour seats. If he goes after Christmas, Labour's going to be finished, I tell you. Because these scandals are going to get worse. I think Trump is behind a lot of it. I don't think we will ever know, but I wouldn't put it past him. You know, were these Peter Mandelson emails, did they come from the Epstein files? I don't know. I'm only posing the question. But the Freedom Rally has got to mean something. All the rallies we went on never changed a darn thing. All we can do is keep plugging away. Keep the protest on, keep the pressure on the government, and pray that they do the right thing. Unlikely, but we've got to keep trying. We've got to keep it peaceful. We've got to use common sense. and tell the truth. Anyway, Ian, Somerset News Network, bye bye for now.